Yes, I can. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah khair for joining us this morning. It's an absolute pleasure for us to engage with the Rosemina Outreach Project, which we're going to explain to our listeners today. What, when, how, where. That's what we do here every day. So, Sister Rosemina, if you'd like to introduce yourself and your project, then we shall continue with some more questions for you.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Jazakallah, Brother Zaid, for inviting me on air. I appreciate it very much. Alhamdulillah. And Ramadan Mubarak to everybody. My name is Rosemina. We have a charity called Rosemina's Outreach Project for past 7 years. We help locally and globally. And recently, we've been working with the local community, the local police, with COVID-19, everybody affected, domestic violence, and homelessness. And we have many projects. That's why it's called Rosemina's Outreach Project.
Of course, that is a long list, Sister Rosemina. It's a very long list of various different issues that concern our community. And absolutely, these are the issues that in the inner city cause a lot of breakdowns in families, everything that you have mentioned there. And here we are not going to forget about these issues. We're not going to put them under the carpet. We're going to talk about them so every one of us are aware that these things go on in the community, and we cannot go and live on to say, I'm all right, Jack, Sister Rosemina, right?
Yes, I agree with you 100%. That's why.
And those of us who are blessed and we don't go through these issues, all the more reason why we should always consider our blessings and thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the way we do that is we get into action, because our good actions will plant the seeds for our good deeds that will follow, Sister Rosemina.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Not only that, but also when you started off by saying we're collecting funds for the hospital, I myself work as a carer, and I look after a little girl who's got a trachea and gastrostomy and DJOT syndrome. So the parents have spent a lot of time in Birmingham and all that. And after 2.5 years, the child came home, and so I've been looking after her for past 3 years. So that hospital that you're building is very important as well.
No, I'm not building that hospital. I'm not that good. But let me explain the hospital. It's the only children's hospital in Leicester, and it's a very high specification hospital. And the government have invested £25 million in that project. And what they said was that about 7 to 8 million had to be raised from the city. So you have some very large institutions who have put forward a lot of money, like the football club, for example. They've pledged, or they've already paid in excess of £1 million towards that. So now we're so close. Last year we were able to put together about £280,000 from our efforts with the charities that we work with in Leicester, and with some very good blessed individuals, plus the radio. So just on the radio we had raised about 25,000 on the one day where we were doing the fundraiser. And you know, Sister Rosemina, when you're talking about hospitals, children, you're talking about humanity, right?
Exactly.
And we are here to serve humanity. When you are doing your good work out there, you are not bothered, are you, whether the person is of this race, color, creed, tradition, culture, tribe, are you? You just go for it, and you do it for the passion, and you do it for the love of Allah.
Exactly, and our reward is with Allah. That's why that's the whole idea. And like, I'll explain a little bit about our charity. Is, as you explained, that Alhamdulillah, we're doing it for humanity and for our own selves. and our reward is with Allah. So Rosemina Outreach Project has been here for over past 7 years. We started sending new stuff, fundraising, new stuff. When the money we got, started sending blankets, clothes, and everything to Syria, and helping people there. Then we started with other countries, Malawi, Pakistan, Romania. But recently, since last year, the COVID-19 has hit home very much. And we're involved in domestic violence. We work with the local police. We work with the local council. We work with the Home Office when we get refugees referrals, and we provide food packs for them. We provide clothing and all the things that they need. We have gone to the local A&E in Royal Infirmary and given them brand new clothes for the homeless who have been admitted in hospital in A&E. And the nurse was saying that when they're treated, their clothes and everything has been torn off, and being homeless, they have nothing on them. And that's why we go and buy new clothes, everything they need. And then the nurses will provide those new clothes to those homeless people when they leave the hospital. So like you said, on humanity grounds, we try and do as much as we can.
Of course, Sister Rosemina, we are trying very hard to try to create those digital platforms for this kind of work that everybody is doing in the community, so that everybody is on that platform and they are feeding each other with much needed support across the board from all the different sectors in the charity world. We have so many charities in Leicester. If you all care to Google, you will learn the number of charities here. You can't even guess in Leicester, all doing good work. And if they're all on one digital platform, we can all benefit from that.
Exactly. People, whoever needs help, like we have sent food packs, over 45 food packs to start off with at the local Rashid primary school, where the head teachers have come and approached us saying literally the children have no food, not enough food or anything, single parent like that. So we have gone out and bought food packs and then provided them. We work very closely with the Spin Hill police station, where I'd like to say thank you to all of them who work with us in delivering food packs, in helping. We get phone calls from the police station that there's domestic violence victim, please come and pick them up. Then we put them in hotels overnight, whatever, then send them to the council, work with them with the clothing, the housing, everything that they need. And all this is from your donations, from your zakat, your sadaqah, your lila, your fidya, whatever. Everything is from you. We're not funded by any government. We're not funded by anything. This is literally you, the community, who wants to help us and trust us, Rosemina's Outreach Project. So you're helping us to help others. And that's why Brother Zaid has given us a chance to talk about our charity. And I will give you the details of our bank account as well, where you can, it's a UK registered charity, where you can put your funds. We have a shop on 42A Menard Road, Leicester, LE2 0AN, where you can come to the shop. As I said, I myself work 9 hours a day, Monday to Friday. So from 7:30 till 4:30. And when I finish my work, from Monday to Friday, I go to the shop between 5 and 8, and then Saturday, Sunday, I'm there from 10 till 8.
Of course, here you've just explained to us now the amount of dedication and commitment required for something that you are doing. How many of you out there listening right now could do that? Put your hand up if you can do that or not, right? How many of us are able to commit, dedicate, and do that? Now, when you're in the path of Allah, you don't count the hours. You just do the job that you have to do, and you don't even think about tiredness or your commitments. This is how dedicated and passionate the people who are working in the charity sector are. And it's amazing when we meet all these people throughout the city, Sister Rosemina. You have a tear. You shed a tear, definitely, that our priorities, are they right? Are we doing the wrong things? Or should we engage more with the sector of the population that need support, need help? Unfortunately, nowhere in the world you'll go where the governments have enough infrastructure to support these people that need much help. And then this is where the community organizations spring into action. Sister Rosemina, I applaud you, and may Allah reward you and your colleagues. How many of you are there in your team?
Alhamdulillah, there's only 4 of us. And then we got volunteers as well. There's Molana, as you know. There's my daughter, and the warrior and the trustee of Rosemina's outreach project is our Mezabin Malida. Alhamdulillah, I call her the community warrior. Her and the support that she gets from her husband and her family and her sisters. So Mezabin Malida is the warrior of not only this community, but Rosemina's outreach project as well, who, alhamdulillah, side by side is working with me. Because I work during the daytime, so and she's at home, so she takes over as much as she can, and then until 5 o'clock I can join her and then carry on with the work. So alhamdulillah.
Of course, without this support that you are receiving from your colleagues, it's just impossible, isn't it? You know, and I applaud all of them as well. When did you exactly start Rosemina's outreach project, and what was your inspiration? There are people listening in. There are probably some younger people out there. I'm appealing to you all. Don't wait to say that, oh, I'm going to do this work when I'm 40 or when I'm 50. All of you parents who are listening in, when your children are 6, 7, 8, start them on this journey. Don't let them stay on that, what we call here in the radio, Swift. Are you familiar with Swift, Sister Rosemina?
No, explain.
Well, we learned here on Radio Ramadan this year that there's a new generation that is amongst our community called the Swift generation, right? And even our controller, he is not sure what that means because he can't remember. And we've said that about 3 times. The S, it stands for Snapchat. Are you familiar with that?
Yes.
The W stands for the WhatsApp.
Okay.
I stands for the Instagram.
Okay.
And the F stands for Facebook. And the T stands, it's got a double-edged sword. The T has, it means Twitter and TikTok.
Okay.
So our new generation now are completely switched on to that. Their mobile device is glued to them, and everything they want, they find it there. So, Sister Rosemina, this is how we have to adapt to this digital technology and reach out to these young people. I'm like saying that we don't want them to be 40, 50, 60 before they adapt to change. We need to infuse change into them at a very early age. When they're even very young, 5, 6, 7 years old, Sister Rosemina.
I agree with you. But the Zaid, everything in life is good if you use it in its right proportion. Education, technology, religion, everything. So everything that we use, if it's used in its right purpose, it's good. If you take it beyond its purpose, then that's when it becomes bad. For instance, like you said, how did I start? Again, Facebook, Swift, like you said, you listen, you see all this tragedy happening abroad, here, everywhere. So in this case, we used to see things happening in Syria. And as I said, I'm not involved in any political groups or anything. I saw innocent people who needed food. And, when you look at all that, but they say, you cry, and then you switch it off. But, I said, I've had enough of crying. I'm going to get up. I know I'm one person. I'm going to get up. It's winter, and I'm going to send blankets from here. So I told my children, My eldest son, Samir, alhamdulillah, took out 10 pounds from his pocket. That was in 2013, and said, Mom, here's your first 10 pounds, and go buy blankets for your charity, what you want to do. At that time, we hadn't established Rosemina's Outreach Project. It was just me. And then I got the 10 pounds. Then I told Mez bin Malida, let's do fundraising. So alhamdulillah, we done fundraising. The community the ladies, the sisters were absolutely great. Told them about our project, that we want to send a container of food, blanket, clothes, everything from here to Syria to help. And my motto, Rosemina's Outreach Project, is give on to others what you'd like to receive. So everything we send until now, everything is new. We buy it from the shop, from the money that we raise, from fundraising, from zakat, sadaqah lillah. We go to the local shop. This will help our local community as well, and economy here as well. So we buy things, then send it off in a container to Syria. So this is how we started, as you asked the question. Then slowly, people are starting to say, friends and everybody, that in Malawi, we need help. So we started working there. In Pakistan, for Ramadan, we need help. So we started working there. In Romania, we educated gave fundings for the last years of doctors. We gave them funding because they couldn't afford the fees or something like that. So we paid for their funding. And then recently, the police have been getting in touch with us. We've always worked with them. But since COVID-19, this all has hit us here at home, worldwidely, but here at home. And charity begins at home. And literally, we are inundated with people asking for help here in Leicester. So we've been helping here as well. So basically, your question was, how did I start? We started by looking, and then we said, you know what, let's be part of it. Let's be part of the solution of trying to help. I know it's just a spit in an ocean, but it's still a helping hand, and may Allah accept it.
MashaAllah. See, these are the stories that inspire us all here at the radio. That's what we're here for, to locate all these good people in the community who are doing some fantastic work, and they are sending aid and support and charity to all these parts of the world: Rohingya, Syria, Yemen, Palestine. I can go on forever, right? Burma, India, Pakistan, and half of Africa. So much good work is happening throughout the world from this city. I can only speak for this city today because there are other cities who are doing likewise and doing some fantastic work out there. And that's why everybody, if we are all on a digital platform, we can use our devices in a more productive, effective manner, right?
Exactly.
So we can all learn that from each other. So the face of humanity in the future, Sister Rosemina, has to be totally interconnected digitally with each other.
Exactly.
In the digital world, there is no tribe, there's no sect, there's no religion, there's not race, color, creed. Everybody can work together as a team.
Without judging and being discriminative, I agree with you 100%, 100%. We do our good deeds and leave it with Allah. And our reward is with Allah. Somebody has come and asked that genuine person that we are in this trouble, we need this help, we need this help, we are there. You know, Brother Zaid, you've seen in COVID-19, big businesses, people are working, have been affected. We say, we live in month to month. 2 wages slip, you don't get. One person becomes homeless. Why? Because we've got mortgages, we've got payments for the car, payments of this and payments of that. And COVID-19 has hit home because of people have lost their jobs, families, have splitted because of domestic violence. People have to stay inside the house. So the health and well-being of individual have been affected, mental health. So, and this is all, even not knowing about COVID-19. There's an issue about should we take the jab or not. I myself have taken it. During COVID-19, because I'm a carer, I was told last year that do you want to come to work or do you want to stay home? And I said, no, I will take all the precautions. We wear all the PP, but I would like to come to work, because me going to work, not only that will help me support my children and myself, but also the little girl that I look after. Obviously, it's a commitment of looking after a special needs child. And I said, no, I'll come to work. So this is the thing. And I was fortunate enough to get to still carry on going to work and all that. But a lot of people had lost their jobs. And that's why they came to us and says, please, simple things, food and stuff like that. So we started helping with all that. But like you said, first of all, gratefulness for the health we've got, and gratefulness for everything we've got. And out of that, even to help others, that would be the biggest nema that we can have in ourselves. And that is all part of our religion. Inshallah.
Of course, Maulana Abdul Hameed always used to remind us that Allah is not going to ask us, what did you do for yourself in dunya while you were there? He's going to ask us, what did you do for my ummah in dunya while you were there? And this has always stuck in my head here forever, which I'm sharing with you, Sister Rosemina.
Maulana Hameed, alhamdulillah, he's listening, and I'll tell him to say salams to everybody in a little while. But Maulana Hameed, I know he's my son, but he's my inspiration. I love him so much, and I didn't want to talk about him, but 2 years ago...
we also love him, and after the break, we have 3 more minutes to carry on with what we were discussing, and then maybe after the break we can say salam to him as well. And now, sister, what I'd like you to do during the break is write down your name of your account, your sort code, everything, and you can forward that to the control room. And then I believe it's done already.
Yes, you can hear it.
That was extremely fast. Lightning speed, and now
I have a very good administrator, Mahin, who does a very good job for Rosemina's outreach project. I love that.
Yeah. Now, then what we're going to do is all of you listening in right now, I know it's early, I know it's Sunday, and you're still half asleep, so you may just add 1 more 0. That will be appreciated, very much appreciated. So I want you to send your donation, your appreciation, and may Allah reward you and bless you for your kind good action, which I said earlier on. Your good actions will plant the seeds for your good deeds, and it's very important. And of course, get your children involved. Whenever you are doing any act of charity, always do it in the presence, in the knowledge of your children. Make them part of your journey. Let them feel the passion and the need. Get your children involved, because you need always to develop your children in this way of thinking, in the world of giving, Sister Rosemina.
Exactly, and this is the one of the pillars of Islam as well. Just like my grandchildren, they're all involved as young as 3 years old. Juwaria, Mezibin's kids, the family, as small as 4 or 5, are involved. For past 13 years, there were the little volunteers that we used to have like that, because this is, as I said, this is part of our pillar charity. Another thing I'd like to also mention, Jazakallah for the bank details that you're going to put up, and the shop that we have on Menard Road, and we have a GoFundMe page as well. which people can donate to. We'll send you the link of that. Mahin sent it. Mahin sent you a link on that as well. And again, as I said, we accept zakat, sadaqah, lillah, fidya, everything, and 100%, your money goes to the needy. Mahin, Maulana, Mezubin, we work free of charge. None of us take any money for past from 2013 till this day. We are as volunteers. We have created this charity, but we ourselves are volunteers. And if anything, the first one to donate would be ourselves to put
Sister,
money in our project.
Sorry to interrupt you, but we are going to join you very shortly from Ramadan Radio after a break.
Jazakallah, brother.